everybody. Hi, hello, and how is everyone doing today? I hope you can hear me. I hope you can hear me. What's up, everybody? Sharise and Johnson Moore here, and how is everyone doing today? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I would like to know, can you hear me on the feed? All right. What's up? Hey everybody, hello, and how is everyone doing today? It is our day two. Our day two of the day two of our post-publishing power moves. Post-publishing power moves. And this idea came up when I thought about my future endeavor for next month, which is the Publish Now What free webinar. It is a 4-day series each Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so it is a thing where we want to, I want to help authors that are thinking about writing a book, or they are in the process of writing their book, or they have already published their book. And there's nothing wrong with getting as much information as you can before you go into, all of the things that are entailed as being an author. Okay, so I wanted to keep you in the loop with what is going on, and how things are, and how things are going to be, right? So today our topic is, I'm going to talk about my personal publishing journey. Talk about my publishing journey that I experienced as an author. Hey, Harold Beds, and hello, Rainique Publishing, Dr. Latoya Jeter McElroy, and Deborah Jefferson. Hello to my girlfriends. What's up? Okay, so I wanted to come in today and talk about my personal journey as an author, right? And the things I wish I knew. Okay. Now, this is my first published book, my first solo project I have. It is the title Coming to Loving Yourself. It is an autobiography, inspirational book, and it goes into detail from the time from 2 years old, as I remember, from 2 up until the age of 40. Okay, I'm 54 now. I'm not afraid to tell my age. I'm not one of them, oh, don't be telling your age. And okay, but and I get a lot of compliments. Thank you for the compliments saying I do not look my age. Thank you. This book is entitled Coming to Loving Yourself, and it is, today I'm going to talk about my personal journey. Let's get personal, and I'm sharing my publishing story, the good, the bad, and the lessons that came after the book hit the shelves, and what I would do differently had I known, and had I, and how it can help you, and I can help you serve you too. Okay, so the backstory on this book, the backstory of my author journey started when I had death in my family. Okay, I had death in my family. I had my grandmother raised me, and my grandmother raised me from a baby, and she passed November the 5th of 2011. And then my father passes 3 years later after my grandmother, 2 weeks before my birthday of July the 14th, 2014. And then my mother passes 6 months later after that, right? January the 5th of 2015. I remember it so vividly where I was sitting in my mother's funeral, and I was sitting in my mother's funeral, and the voice of the Lord spoke to me, and the voice said, "Now it's time for you to write your book." And I'm sitting there like my sister sitting on my brother sitting on one side, my sister sitting on the other, right? And it's five of us there, right? And one brother standing at the podium, and the other brother is sitting beside me, and then my other two sisters are sitting on the other side. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, okay, I'm hearing this voice, and I'm sitting there like, really, right, like really, like, I think I'm hearing things. But the voice speaks two more times, saying the same thing. Okay. And with that, on the third time the voice said that, I told myself that I answered the Lord. I answered the Lord in that moment of me sitting on that pew, right? And I said, Lord, whatever you want me to do, I will do it. Okay. Hey Ty, how you doing? Hey Tashika, how you doing? Hello, hello, hello. And and during that moment, I said, Lord, I will do whatever you want me to do, whatever, okay, I'll be obedient, whatever you ask me to do. Leave my mother's funeral, return to Uniontown, Pennsylvania, and the next day, I proceeded to start writing this book. I proceeded the next day after I come home from my mom's funeral to write this book. Um, in the process, writing this book, I reveal a lot of things about myself. I reveal a lot of things, a lot of childhood traumas, a lot of my feelings towards my parents, my feelings towards my grandparents, my feelings towards being sexually abused, my feelings towards, feeling like the only child, even though I did have sisters and brothers. And I reveal all of that in my book. My advice to authors that want to write: tell your story how God gave it to you. Tell your story how God gave it to you, because it's your story. God didn't give that story to Sue, Joe, Willie, John. He didn't give that story to them. He gave your story to you for you to write. And if in the process that in the process I'm going to reveal some things here. I did not have any money. I didn't have any finances to publish this book. Okay? I didn't have any finances to publish this book. I didn't have money for an editor. I didn't have money for no proofreader. I didn't have money for a graphic arts designer to create my book cover. I didn't have any of those things, right? And I did all my research while writing this book. I did the research of how much a company would charge me to publish my book. Let me take a drink right quick. Let me hold your horse. So I went and searched around, and they wanted 15, they wanted 20, they wanted 25, they wanted $10,000. Okay. 15,000, 20,000, 25,000, and I wasn't getting that many books. Okay. You maybe got 20 books. You may get 10 books. You may get a certain amount of books they give you to start you off with. And one day I had this thought. One day I had this thought, and the thought was, do it anyway. Do it anyway. Do it anyway. Write it anyway. Find a way. You know how your grandma say, reach round, reach round. Okay, so I reached round and did my research to get this book done on my own, right? So that meant in my research, I went through the process of what do I have to do to get this book done. So in this research, I found out that a book is a business. Okay. So I proceeded to put all the paperwork, register. First, I had to think of a name entity, an entity to call my publishing company because when you publish a book, it is considered a publishing company. So I had to think of an entity to call my business. It was Sharise N. Johnson Moore LLC Publishing. Okay, that. That's what I came up with because that's how God gave it to me. Okay, when God give you something, go with it. When God give you an idea, go with it because God will not steer you wrong, okay? I'm gonna tell y'all, God was my whole entire guidance through the process of me writing the book. Because I would think I think I don't think I know. I know God guided me the whole process because I didn't know nothing. I was Jolly Green. I was like Jolly Green Giant on the can, right? And I didn't know nothing. I ain't know nothing about doing all the stuff I had to do. So I researched how to create this business entity. What did I have to do? I had to get an EIN number. I had to register with the state. I had to go through the process of getting me an accountant. I had to go through the process of getting a lawyer to register the business for me because I ain't want to mess the paperwork up and I ain't feel like doing stuff twice. Okay. That is one thing is if you do not know how to do something, find a professional that'll help you do it for you. You may have to spend your money. Yes, you're gonna have paper services. Some things you will not be able to get around. Okay, and that was one of the things I did not want to get wrong because I don't feel like owing Uncle Sam no money. Okay. Okay, we want to start out with a clean slate with Uncle Sam when we start these businesses and things, right? So I found an accountant. I found out what I could do in this process of creating this entity. Okay, thank the Lord that in the next process was finding me an editor. I went and did my questions on Facebook. Okay, did anybody know any editors? One good piece of advice I found out about getting an editor was ask a English school teacher, a teacher that had a professor at the college. Find someone that is in academia, that is in the education. They got an English, they profession English. Ask around to different colleges for those English professors. And you may be lucky to run into somebody that does this on the side, okay? And praise the Lord that I found someone. And when me and this person talked, she said she was not going to charge me nothing. Thank you, Jesus. Yeah, thank you. Oh. So, the editor I found, she lived close by me. I could walk to her house, right? And we met and we met at the restaurant. Meet if you're gonna meet these people, meet them in a public place, okay? I'm just saying. And me and her sat down and I gave her my first 3 chapters I had wrote. And the word of advice she gave me was since this book is in past tense, you have to do past tense English. So she did the corrections, sent me my corrections back, and then I took those corrections, did them, put them, did my edits, my own edits of what she asked me to put into the manuscript for the first 3 chapters. So I did that and I just rolled with it. I said, well, since I already know I got this flow, all right, she told me what to do. I'm going to go ahead and apply this to the rest of the book. Did that. Okay. Please read your stuff. Okay? Please read your stuff. Don't nobody want to see no broken English. No broken English, no broken sentences. Read your stuff or get somebody else to read it. Proofread it for you after you have done after you have done each individual edit of your book. If you edit 3 chapters, let that person read 3 chapters, okay, and then they tell you what's wrong, what's misspelled, things like that, okay? Got through that. Me and my fast tail, I'm fast. I'm fast. I'm trying to put a cart before the horse, as your grandma would say, right? So, in the process of doing this, I decide I'm going to go ahead and upload my book, my manuscript to KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing. That's who I went through for to publish my book because I have no money. Okay, it's easy way. It's talking about it's free. Okay, I like free. Okay, but sometimes free ain't really free. Okay, I'm gonna break that down later though. Okay, so I upload the 3 chapters. Okay. You know, when you go to Amazon, you gotta create your author page. You gotta create your author central page. You gotta create your upload. You gotta go in and it was create space when I had it when I was doing it, but now it's Kindle Direct Publishing. It changed the name. Anyway, so I put them 3 chapters up there. All right, okay. They said, well, in 90 days we're gonna let you know that this book gonna be published. We're gonna send you an email, and this book gonna be published. Oh, when you upload your stuff, make sure you fill out the paperwork first. Make sure you go in and make your profile, and this is where your this is where your EIN comes in handy, and your business register your business is being registered with the state, because they're gonna ask you for that information. Okay, they're gonna ask you for that, and then you're gonna claim the taxes. You claim you're gonna pay the taxes, or they take the taxes out before they pay you. Okay, that is a question that Kindle Direct Publishing will ask you. Okay, so I sit there, I said, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and everything, and I upload the book cover and everything, whatnot, and stuff, and everything, and whatnot. And everything was done. I purchased my ISBN from Kindle Direct Publishing. I purchased my first ISBN from Kindle Direct Publishing, which, okay, when you get a ISBN from Kindle Direct Publishing, that kind of limits you in your distribution. Okay, so word of advice: these are things I wish I had known by my own ISBNs. Okay, all right. Okay, so that put that book up there. All right, forgot all about it now. I forgot all about it. Just say I ain't have but 3 chapters. I get the notification for 90 days, right? And they say, yeah, your book live. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe. So I had to take this book down, which I had already sent to the copyright office, which I forgot all about that too. I sent them 3 chapters. So that means I had to do double copyright. And that means the first one went, the first 3 chapters. Then I had to go back and for the whole book and do a copyright all over again. So that's why I tell authors to always wait till everything is completely finished at the end before you copyright stuff, right? Okay, before you copyright. Because once it's in, it's in. It's in like Flynn, okay? And in that process, I had to go back and do my copyright again when the book was totally finished. I had to go and do a re-upload of the whole entire book in KDP. It made me do double the work. So, yeah. So the next phase was I got the book, I got the proof copy, I ordered my proof copy and everything, and then I turned around, I read the book, and this our little secret. Some of the sections in the book ain't where they supposed to be. Okay. All right. Okay. And when it comes to this part that you know that something is wrong in your book, correct it anyway. I did not correct mine. I didn't correct them. I'm gonna just leave. I'm leaving with it. I'm leaving right there. Okay. And so proof copy came. I turned around and I said, all right, I didn't even read the proof. I read some of the proof copy, but I didn't finish. Okay. I wish I had finished, but anyway, I digress. And so it took me a heck of a time to get them margins right when I upload the book for paperback. I had to go and do the reform. It's called formatting your book. That was something I wish I knew somebody to do that. Now I do. Okay. And so get the book, order a bunch of copies, and now I'm trying to figure out, ooh, okay, who gonna buy this? Who gonna buy this, right? Who gonna buy this book? I was sitting there like, I don't know who to sell this book to. I didn't know about a niche. I didn't know about demographics. I didn't know about the different groups and what my book will be is a good topic to talk about and to sell it to certain people and certain women and the men. And I didn't know none of that, right? So I just started selling my book to any and everybody, right? And the first place I started was church. I was in church. I was in this choir. We got a big mass choir here in Uniontown, and I am a member of the choir. And I walked up to, I got the book, and I had my books at home, and I told our choir director about the book. She's like, ooh, so what the book about? Okay, all right, I'll buy it. Bring me one tomorrow. Okay. And then I wasn't expecting this. See, this is how God do you. This is how God do you. The choir director asked me to speak about my book, my new published book, in front of the whole choir. I didn't know what to say, child. I didn't know what to do. I didn't have a niche. I didn't have a script. I didn't have a pitch. I didn't have none of that, right? And yeah. Okay. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Okay, babies. All right. Safe travels. All right. I love you. Okay. So in that process of me not knowing how to pitch my book, how to talk about my book, I didn't know none of that, right? And these are the things that authors should know before they walk in front of an audience. Know exactly what your book is about. Know exactly who your audience is and who would want to purchase this book from you because of a particular topic in your book, right? So those are some of the things I wish I had known. Now, the second book, my second book is a workbook that coincides with the first book. It's called A Study Guide to Building Your Self-Worth. I had a coach with this book. I had a coach with this book. I had a coach. Her name is Wanda D. Hollis. If y'all ever want to know who helped me with my second book, it's Wanda D. Hollis out of Atlanta, Georgia. Okay? Wanda D. Hollis out of Atlanta, Georgia. Okay? And she walked me through the process. I had went and got somebody on Fiverr because the guy that did my first George Hudson, he decides he wants to retire from being a graphic arts designer, the designer of my first book, my graphic arts designer for my book cover. He decided he wanted to retire. He wanted to go and open a restaurant. So he wasn't doing graphic art design no more. So I had to go find somebody else, right? So I found this other guy on Fiverr, and I asked him to create me a book, create a book cover. What he sent me back was, I could tell he was inexperienced, because he sent me back my book cover in 3 separate parts: the front, the spine, and the back. He didn't put it together. He didn't send me send the graphic together. He sent it to me in 3 pieces. And I'm sitting there like, really, dude? Okay. So, when you get you a graphic art designer, make sure they have previous work, previous experience at making book covers. Okay? Luckily, George, I found him, and he was, at the time, he was doing his own magazine. He had his own magazine. He was doing his whole, like our friend, another young lady, her name is Angel Wright, and he was creating his own magazine, and he was out of Virginia. And I really liked his work. I really love. I wish George was still around. And so George says, I want to go open a restaurant. I don't do that anymore, because I did seek him out for the second book cover. Okay, so then Wanda, my friend, my business, my publishing coach, Wanda D. Hollis, she said, okay, I'll make you your book cover. So she makes me this lovely book cover. Makes me this lovely book cover, and she sends it to me just like this. Just like this. And I purchased my own ISBN number with this child. I sure did. Okay. It's not gonna cost you a lot of money. You can buy one, you can buy 10. It's good to buy them in bulk, ISBN numbers. Let me tell you something. It's good to buy ISBN numbers in bulk because you may want to create a paperback, a hardback, a audiobook. You need an ISBN number for an audiobook. But the ebook, you don't need an ISBN number. Okay? You don't need an ISBN number for an ebook. Okay, but I gave my ISBN, I gave my ebook an ISBN number anyway. And so we created this together. We created this together. This is the second book. Now, the second book was easy. Bam, copyright, bam, everything lined up because I had already experienced this before with the first book. So it came back to my remembrance of when I did the second book. I remembered everything. Plus, I'm an avid note taker. So when I do something, I write it in a notebook. I write everything in my notebook, okay? Whenever you do something, whenever you do anything, it doesn't matter if you're doing that course of the day, if you turn around and whatever you do that day, or you have a journal just for your book notations, write in your book what you do that day. Because they will need them notes will come in handy later. Okay? So I got a book, I got a notebook. See, this is what my notebook look like. This is what I did for the day. This is what I did for the day, yesterday. Even, I got my little stuff in here about today, go live and all that. And then today I finally got to upload my podcast, the More Connection Podcast, to all the other distribution channels. I did that today. Okay, so anyway, getting back to what I was saying. Make sure people know what they're doing when you ask them to do stuff. Make sure you see their stuff. Now, my requirements, since I've been doing this for a while, my requirements are more stricter now. My requirements are more stricter because my requirements are more stricter now because I know what I'm looking for. Once you have experience, somebody don't know what they doing, you take note of that. You take note of that. And you take note of people that know what they doing. So it may be a journey. It may be, it may be something that you might see tedious, but it is necessary for your book. Okay, so the things that I have learned the things I learned now, I wish I knew then. So now, when I write my next book, and I already know what to do. I already know, what the title. I already know what who's gonna publish it. I already know if I'm gonna publish it on Amazon or not. I already know. I got already purchased my ISBN numbers for my future book. And already picked out my graphic art designer for my books. Okay, already got that. Already got that settled. And I put me together a visibility plan for this book, for my books. I decided to sit down one day and take a stab at creating me a content calendar for my books. What I'm gonna do from day one, what I'm gonna do day two. It's like really 90 days. I put myself on a 90-day social media content plan. What I'm gonna talk about myself, talk about the book, talk about what the book is about, talk about who published the book, all that. I've decided to really get into when my next book comes out, and I also decided to start saving my money. This is for authors. I'm going to tell you something that you need to know. Please create you a budget plan for your book. Okay? Please create you a budget plan for your book. Okay? Because a budget plan will keep you in understanding of how much money you allotted yourself to spend on your book cover, your book cover, graphic artisanal person you're gonna pay, your editor. Editing is the most expensive part of the book. Okay, I'm just tell y'all that editing is the most expensive part. Depends on how many words you got. Cause when I edit a book, I charge 25 cents a word. Okay, 25 cents a word. Okay, a word. Okay. Now if you got like, depends on how many words you got in this book. Okay. As an editor, I do editing myself for other authors. Okay, so I know that's the most expensive part of the book, editing. Um, have your budget plan. Don't be out here to my, oh, I ain't got no money. Okay. Now this another thing that we have to be careful about the words that we speak out of our mouths when God gives us a vision about the book. Don't say nothing negative out your mouth about you don't have no money. Okay? Especially if you working 2 jobs. If you say you're an insurance agent and you got another job, please do not tell nobody that you, when you come to them talking about I'm trying to need him, don't tell nobody that you broke. And then you tell somebody, oh, I got 2 jobs. Okay? Save your money then. Save it. I'm straight up no chaser. Straight up no chaser. Because we gotta learn how to get out the free zone. I'm gonna say this. I was stuck in the free zone for a long time looking for people to do stuff for me for free. Okay? I was stuck there. I was in that space. And I had to learn how to invest in myself in order to get what I wanted. Okay? So I saved up my money. 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 I was working odd jobs here, there, certified nurse assistant. I'm a certified nurse assistant before I decided to do this book. Before I decided to do that first book. So I decided I'm going to start saving me money to pay for services. Because when I went to inquire about services from other people, about their editing service, proofreading, the book cover, things like that, they wanted to get paid. They wanted to get paid. And I decided I had to do something different. I had to change my mindset. I had to change my mindset of always thinking I need to get this. Let me see if I can get this for free. Let me see if I can get this for free. Let me see if I can get. No. Things you really want to look nice. You really want it to look presentable. You really want to make sales with it. Spend the money. Spend the money. Invest in yourself. That's an investment. When God give you a vision, He ain't telling you how. He's not going to give you plan by plan by plan. He's going to give you the vision, but you have to turn around, and faith without works is dead. So you got to have faith in yourself to invest in yourself. I know sometimes we as women or men, we don't think we're worthy of that, but we are worthy of everything that God has bestowed upon us. And we have to be stewards over our money. Let me take another drink. Hold on. We got to be stewards, good stewards over our money. So God give you a vision. If you already have income, save some. Do not approach people that you want services. You want to sit there and talk, and you want services, but you talk about, I ain't got no money, I'm broke, I ain't got no money. Stop saying that. Please stop saying that. Stop, because the life and death is in the power of the tongue. Okay? And I'm going to give you an understanding that you have to be a good steward over your money. It's in the Bible. God make a way for us, but we don't want to sacrifice. Don't want to sacrifice. You have to sacrifice for something that you want. God gave you this vision. Okay, put everything into the vision. That's why I had to change my mind. That's why I changed my mindset at. I changed my mindset. I said, okay, instead of me spending money on hair, nails, and feet every day, okay, that's $200 every month. That's $200. You know what I can do with that $200? I can take that $200 and invest it into a graphic art designer, where they give me graphic art designers should give you, when you get a nice, real good, reputable graphic art designer, they give you an ebook, they give you a paperback book, and they give you a hardback book copy. Okay, all these are different sizes, different dimensions. Okay, depends, and you have to know the measurements of your book, what size you want your book to be, because they have to create the design to fit the measurements of your book. Okay, say I got my book as a 6x9, 6x9. Okay, the person he had to go and break it down and put it into a 6x9 where it will fit into a 6x9 if I upload it to Amazon. Okay, KDP. Person should give you a full paperback book cover. Okay, full, front, back, and a spine. Okay, they should give you all that together. It should fold out just like this. It should look just like this when they give it to you in the PDF or JPEG or whatever they send it to. It should fold out just like this. It should fold out just like this in the PDF. The front, the spine, and the back. All this should be in a PDF. All this should be in your book cover design for a paperback. Don't let nobody say, "Oh well, I'm gonna just give you a front. I give you front and KDP make." No, they don't. KDP don't make no paper, no book covers. You have to have your own cover, your own book cover. Okay, so so make sure they know what they're doing. Okay, and invest in that. That is an investment in yourself. Instead of me taking my $200, get my hair, my feet, my nails done, I turn around and invested that into a book cover. I invested that into getting me professional headshots. Stop using. Please do not use. Please stop using your what they call it? Your photos on your phone for a book cover. Your pictures on your phone. Please stop using them because they not professional at all. That's something that's just snapshot. That's just something that is for pleasure, things of that nature. Unless unless you sitting somewhere where it looks like, look professional. You looking all nice, dressed up, jazzed up, face beat and everything. Got on the right outfit. Yeah, okay. Go in a corner and take a picture of. And if you cannot for a professional photographer to do this, find you a friend. Get a friend. Get your friend. Get your friend. Put on your best. If you got makeup, you got a friend that do your makeup, beat your face, good. Okay. Alright? Find your friend. Use your friends. Use your friends. One can do, if she do makeup, good. Okay. She do nails, that's good. If she pick out wardrobe, that's good. Okay. Get them to help you. They're your friends. Get them to help you. You get to go to another level. You get to do something different. So get them to help you. You'll find out who your true friends are when you go to another level too. Oh, okay. So let me go and digress. Do not use your pictures on your phone for book covers. For book covers. Do not use your screenshots. None of that. Get your or like I said, you get on your nice outfit and stand in a corner. Or you stand up against a white wall and take shots. You can take a full shot, pose, get your little pose on and everything, and then you take mid shots from waist up. Okay? They could do that. You could use those pictures because a professional graphic arts designer can make you look like you standing in Queen Sheba bedroom. Okay? All right? If they know what they know what they're doing. Okay? So, this picture on the front of my book, let me tell you how this picture got done. This picture got done. I put on my red suit. I put on my red suit, did my hair, put some lipstick on, put my earrings on, and took this picture with my digital camera. Really, I'm sitting on a brown couch in my front room, and this is how good my graphic art designer is. You don't see no brown in it. He took the picture, took everything out of the background, and put this in the foreground. And I gave him this baby picture of me sitting on my grandma's table, on my grandmother's table when I was 2 years old. This is my 2-year-old picture. Sitting on my grandma's table, and this was the masterpiece he came out with. This picture on the back, the same thing. He did this. A graphic art designer can create you a masterpiece. I fell in love when I seen what he came up with, when I sent him them two pictures. And the real picture is me, different poses, sitting in the chair on the couch, like that. And I was just taking waist up pictures. And I'm sitting on a brown couch in a brown room. And I got things behind me, but he takes all of that out and puts and makes this masterpiece. Now, I always ask your graphic art designer, do they got some experience? Experience, okay? I'm telling you some experience in creating these book covers. Okay? Because a lot of people out here are saying they can do these jobs and they cannot do them. They can't do diddly squat. They saying faking the funk. And I'm going to tell you a sure way to avoid people that say they can do this. If they don't got no website to show you no proof of what they can do, stay away. Hey, Dolores. What's up, Miss Dolores? Stay away from people that do not have websites saying they graphic art designers. I want to see what you're working with. Okay, I want to see the glory. I want to see what you're working with. Okay, because that's the type of person I am. I have learned that the hard way, getting book covers done, and they come back and give me some stuff. I be like, what is that? What is that? No, I don't want that. No, that ain't what I want. Then I feel like I've wasted my money. I've done that before with people say they can do book covers and have wasted my money. And then now I know if I do not want that, I ain't gotta pay for that. I ain't gotta feel sorry for you. Look, that's not what I want. I'm sorry. I have to move on. Thank you, and you have a nice day. Okay, that's how I do them. I don't be rude or nothing. I just say hey and have a nice day and keep it moving. Okay. Okay. So then I became an author in this book. I became an author in the Stand Up Resilient Black Women Who Are Shaping the World with Their Faith. Okay? And I wanted to say that this book made me a best-selling author. This book right here made me a best-selling author. You can be into these things. You can be into anthologies. Anthologies are a good way for you to start with your writing. If you want to start with other authors, you want to start writing, but you do not want to do a full manuscript. I think our word count was under 3,000 or was it 1,500 or something like that. But anyway, and what I did, I paid my fee to be a part of this book, and this book made me a best-selling author. Sometimes it is because the people you connected to. Think about who you connected to and where you're trying to go. Also, when you go through the process of becoming an author, everything you can't do, everything, when you're trying to make a sacrifice to be an author, you have to sacrifice a lot. And that means even your friend circle. Okay, even your friend circle, okay? If you ain't got no friends that's not gonna support you writing a book, saying, okay, well let me get it out and let me do this and all right, stay right where y'all at, stay where you at. I got this book to write. And being there just writing and writing and be like, come on, let's go to the club. No, girl, I gotta write this book, girl. I gotta write the book. No, let's go to the party. No, I ain't got time for the party. Okay, and this is another thing that I want to tell aspiring authors you writing a book. Please schedule time. Please schedule your time. I would get up, and when I first did my book, I first started writing my book, I would get up at 5 o'clock every morning. And I don't know what time I got off that computer, finished writing. I don't, cause at the time of me writing this book, I was not working. I was not working. I was not working. I was not working. And I had all the time on my hands. Okay? And I had to learn how to schedule my time. I learned how to schedule my time when I got a job, when I got a certified nursing assistant job. I had to turn around and schedule my time of what I was going to do in my for my business. I have a business. Being an author is a business. So do not let anybody else tell you any different. Okay? That means you got to constantly be doing something. Vendors events, find out where your local vendors events have you published. Find out, get okay. Before you even publish the book, there's another one I want to give you. Find out where the local vendors events are at. Start doing podcasts and interviews talking about your book, because that pre-exposure helps word spread the word. It helps spread the word. Oh, also, I did not know about newsletters. I knew about newsletters. I got them in my email all the time from other people, and they got on my nerves. They got on my nerves. Be honest, they got on my nerves, right? And sometimes what you have to do is things that get on your nerves is the things you need to do. Okay? The things that get on your nerves, I don't got no time. I don't got no time for this. Okay, I've been up since 2:45 this morning. Okay? God woke me up that time. Got time to spend with God, got my praise on, then met with the women's in the Brazilian Black Women's Room on Clubhouse for a little while, and then got busy with my work. Okay? I had to be structured with my time. I structured my time. I structured because being an entrepreneur is full time. Being an entrepreneur, it don't matter. You think you're taking a day off, but you really ain't. Okay, so now that you have heard my story as a author, and I've been an author for 9 years. Okay, I've been an author for 9 years and 16. Okay, I set the business up 2015. I set the business up to no 2000 2015 I started writing the book. I did not publish my book until 2017, but before I published my book, I put all my business affairs in order. My EIN, my registering my business, getting this stuff straight, taxes with the city and accounting and all that. Okay, I took my time. Do not put your cart before a horse. Okay, make sure your business entity is created before you launch this book. Okay. You may wait, you may put it off, and you may forget. And that's something that you don't want to do is forget. Okay. Um, Write your post publication list. Okay, what you gotta do. Okay, this is things I gotta do before I publish this book. Um, those are some of the things that I offer in my business now. My business has evolved over the years. I've become a minister. I have a degree in psychology. I have a degree in ministry. I've done so many things since starting this business, and now I really understand what my niche is be a publishing consultant and a visibility coach. Okay, where I help people to be seen, heard, and you matter. Okay, and so with that, I love helping. I saw how hard it was for when I did it. I saw how hard it was, how complicated it was, how discombobulated I would get sometimes from trying to do all this by myself. And sometimes I get overwhelmed. And that's why on the first book, I didn't understand why I would get so overwhelmed, because I was trying to do everything by myself. And I didn't understand the concept of do one thing at a time then, but now I do. Because my overwhelmness came to a nervous breakdown in the course of doing everything by myself. Okay, you don't want to do that. You want to take your time, Do one project a day, one thing a day. Okay, I'll file this paperwork. Let me go see this lawyer about filing this paperwork for the state. Let me go ahead and get my EIN the next day. Let me do one thing a day. When you first start off, do one thing a day. Do not try to do 50 million things in a day because you will overwhelm yourself. Especially if you got to take care of a house, you got some children, you got husband, you got family duties, you got and things are all over the place and willy nilly, and you gotta structure it. Structure it. Okay? I want to say this is my website where you may find me, ShariceNJohnsonMoore.com, and you can go in the contact section. It will scroll up and it will have a drop down, and you can schedule a meeting with me. Okay, it asks you what services are you interested in. Okay, and it will show you. It will come and fill out your information, and then I will get the notification, and then I will reach out to you. Okay, please give me 2 to 3 days because I'm very busy. Okay, very, very, very busy, right? And so I want to welcome everyone into the Post Publishing Power Moves 30-day activity here on my YouTube channel. I thank you to everyone that has come in and come in and motivated and helped me and guided me and restored my faith in things that that I had lost faith in. Okay. I want to welcome everyone to the Publish Now What free webinar. Start September the 6th, 2025 at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we will have a glorious time. 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 In the chat, I have put my website, the link to the third stand-up authors revival and award ceremony, okay, which I will be a speaker at, okay, which I will be a speaker, okay, I'm going to be a speaker, and I'm pitching, okay. And I want to thank Miss Ardenay for opening that door for me. Miss Ardenay is in charge of the third annual Speak Up Sis Awards. This is the link where you can find you could go buy your tickets, and this is my link here. And I wanted to say that let me put this in the chat. Let me put this on screen. Published. Okay, let me put this up. Published now. What? Free webinar. Okay, register here. I'm gonna put this. Hold on, let me for a minute. Zoom. Got the zoom. Hey, zoom. Boom. Do. Okay. We're gonna do that. And then we're gonna put it. Here we go. Publish Now What free webinar register. I put the link in the chat. You can register today, and we will be having giveaways. We will have. I have a plethora of jewelry to give away. A friend of mine, her name is Cornelia Bianco, and she is a friend of mine, and she, I decided to support my friend, and I have 35 pieces of jewelry to give away during the free webinar. During the Publish Now What, that will be one of the giveaways. It will be a giveaway, and I will be giving those pieces away. I will be giving pieces away here during our 30-day event. So you got to come in, you got to be a part of this, you got to be a part of the live broadcast in order to win. Okay, that item, those items. Um, I will be showing the pieces I will be giving away, and you have to sit through the whole event in order to get the prizes. Okay, there's no coming. Okay, no, you have to sit through the whole thing. Whole thing. I try not to keep you longer than an hour. Okay, during these 30-day events, 30-day events, I will be giving away prizes and things like that for being a part of the audience. I love helping others. I love giving away things. And so, during our published Now What free webinar, one of your prizes will be a one-on-one visibility strategy plan, strategy session, one-on-one visibility strategy session. All those who register for the Publish Now What free webinar are automatically entered into the giveaway for that. Okay. Then I have another one-on-one publishing strategy. Book publishing strategy. 101 book publishing strategy is another one that is free, which is valued at almost at $200 for that. The one-on-one visibility is 197. Okay, strategy. We sit down, we write strategy, we write a plan, write it out, we put it in play, we go ahead and write you some content. I'm doing the works. Okay, it is when I give things and I do my business, I give you a full plethora of an itinerary. I do not give you little of this, little of that. God told me not to give it like that. God told me to give it full of what I know and what I've experienced. So I want to teach. This is my teaching season. Now I'm gonna teach. Now I'm gonna teach. I'm gonna be obedient to what God asked me to do. Okay, and that's teach. Okay, so you have two prizes already listed for the Publish Now What, the book strategy, book publishing strategy, one-on-one, and you got the one-on-one visibility strategy session. Okay, and they are off the chain because I have everything ready, right? Okay, so I want to see your face in the place for this event. Publish Now What free webinar. I will be giving away prizes. I will be giving away freebies. I'll be giving away a whole lot of other stuff. And if you are not a part of the More Connection newsletter, please. Let me do this. Cause I send out a newsletter every Monday. It's weekly. Every Monday. So you can get what you can get when you get it, child. Because I'm always doing something. I'm doing something. I'm always here. I love helping authors, and I used to be so worried about what other people thought about what I was doing. I was so worried about what other people thought I was doing, and their thought and their mindset had me so consumed worried about what other people thought about me. Now I don't even really care. Okay, really just don't. Okay, I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna keep doing me, and I love me. Okay, and so with that, we have here in the chat. The link for I just put in the link in the chat for the sign up for the More Connection newsletter. Also have the More Connection podcast. So please, I want to say, come on, get involved. with Sharise and Johnson Moore LLC, because we got some things coming for you. We got some things. We got some things that you can be and will enjoy being involved with. Okay? So I want to thank everyone for coming in today. I want to thank you all for coming in, and I will see you here tomorrow. 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 Back here at 6 o'clock for the Post Publishing Power Moves 30 day 30-day activity, right? And I wanted to share as much as information as I can with you during the publishing process, post publishing, things you should do before you click the enter button, before you upload that book. Okay. I want to help you avoid the pitfalls, avoid some of the things that I experienced in my publishing processing, from the idea to the manuscript to the full production of what everything is, and the marketing and the advertising. I want to help you go. I want to do that. That's why the Publish Now What free webinar is 4 Saturdays in September. Okay. When you click on the link for the register, it will ask you what day you want to choose. You got each Saturday. 4 Saturdays in September, and I'm doing all 4 Saturdays at 10 a.m. You get to pick which day you would like to come. But I'm going to start from the beginning all the way to the end. And I want to take you through the Publish Now What course. Okay? I will be introducing that in the Publish Now What free webinar. Sign ups for the full course. And the fee for that is $197 for 6 months of enrollment. And I will tell you what else is included in that when you come to the Publish Now What free webinar. You get all that information in the webinar. Come on now to the webinar. Publish Now What? Publish Now What? Oh, okay. Yeah, y'all know me. The ones know me know I'll break out a song and make up a song in a minute. So I love you all, and I'll see you back here tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you have any questions, please put them in the chat, and I will answer them. I love you all, and y'all have a blessed night.